newfangled overlay not quite working right now, so we go back to the good old days where the players only occupied a quarter of the screen.
Only a quarter?
Trundle, Vibe, and away. K'Sante, Gwen, and Wukong taken out from BDS, who picked the red side. Yunara first pick. We saw this from Upset last week. Expect to see the Blade of the Ruin King Runan's build, which is widely, well, mostly seen as the best build right now, the highest DPS at least. Jayce in the top lane, most likely, for Rooster, and it's going to be the Sejuani in the jungle for Boukada. Azir locked in alongside the Yunara. I'm already liking the front to back coming out from Fnatic.
I mean, I like this. We have Yunara Azir for Fnatic, we have Jayce for Rooster, and we have Boukada on Seju. I like these drafts for both teams. I feel like they kind of play into their strengths a little bit more. Let's see if we have a jungle pick here. Still a lot of jungle champions are out. Maokai is still up and available. There's still the Poby. If you want to go something like that, there we have the Poby. I was really thinking about the Yone here on free. I don't know how much Nuke likes to play Yone, but I think it would make a lot of sense here. But it will be the Taliyah being very common into this year for so long now, kind of getting that push. One of the only few mid laners that can kind of push out the Azir.
Yeah, I feel the risk with Yone is where's your AP? You have to kind of pick Kai'Sa
or a Ziggy.
Or a Ziggy.
Yeah.
Ziggy Stardust down towards that bottom side. Because obviously you already have the Jayce locked in. So Taliyah into Azir, a matchup we see quite commonly. Obviously quite good into the Azir because of that unraveled earth. Can work on the Poppy as well when she tries to slam you into the wall. So we'll move into the second phase of picks and bans. Ornn taken away by BDS. Jinx taken away by Fnatic. So we are falling lower on the hyper-scaling route. Zeri as well, an AD carry that can work really well as the game goes on, although I think she might struggle into a Poppy and an Azir.
Yeah, I mean, I think you want something that doesn't need too much self-peel. A lot of Oscar bans being taken out, the Gwen, K'Sante, and Ornn already being taken out, so I wonder how he will... I mean, there is the Ambessa, but when Dundun played Ambessa into Rooster's Jayce, I mean, it didn't look too pretty. I feel like Rooster really got up around in that matchup, so I wonder where Oscar will go in this draft. The draft is Oyster. Is it Caitlyn Price?
It's currently a Caitlyn Hover at least. We'll see if it is actually locked in. Smolder, I mean, we talked about scaling. Smolder does that. We're seeing a little bit of a resurgence of Smolder.
Wow,
there it is, locked
Smolder
in.
being locked in, that's exciting. I mean, I'm excited for Smolder because in small amounts, Smolder is very fun to watch. When it's every game, Smolder game is not very fun.
It does get a little bit tedious.
But you know when the bird boing happens, like it's very satisfying. The audio cue.
It's like a clink from a heart steel. It's the bird boing and the clink. That's what we love to hear.
Yorick. I mean, Yorick is quite good against Jayce. Can really lock him down in that cage because it's hard for him to get out. But I mean, I still have faith in Rooster in this matchup. I feel like he'll make it work. But this is a very exciting top lane matchup. And we have the Neeko for Mikyx being so strong. Played it last week. And when I think Mikyx, Neeko, I just think these annoying tower dives with him just becoming a little cannon minion. And seeing the Poppy on Oscarinin, on Razork, I imagine we're going to have these dire threats. Because that's a Smolder. He needs help. He is not a strong early game champion. And he's very, very diveable.
We're going to see a lot of pathing down towards the bottom side of the map, is my expectation. Or the top, depending on if that lane swap has already happened. You can play to put a Jayce behind, but that doesn't really feel like Fnatic's playstyle. Much more get upset ahead where you can. Karma locked in alongside it. I really think this is risky.
I mean, this Karma is screaming for some lane prowess, you know, like they need some kind of lane presence.
Please, we need Cryo, please,
we need something to hit them with, or we cannot play the game. I'm still really worried that if Fnatic gets the way pushed in, this is two squishy little boys in the bot lane that is very easy to dive. Like, if Poppy lands one E there, just one shot with the Neeko combo after that, so I really need to see Boukada this game cover his bot lane. If Boukada cannot cover his bot lane, I feel like we're going to see a repeat from game 1.
Yeah, so it's going to be a battle for that level 2 for Pryo down towards the bottom side. For BDS, you're looking at, can we keep the Smolder alive and safe through the early game? And can our Jayce get a 1v1 lead towards the top side? The Yorick will struggle in the early game. When you don't have the Maiden, when you're not able to hit the Eulogy of the Isles, it becomes quite tricky for the Yorick in that lane, but he does actually have a little bit of sustain in his kit with the last right, so he can heal himself up. It's just going to be... Oscarinin is once again relegated to, hey, survive on the side lane duty. Last game, he struggled with that a little bit.
Yeah, but I feel like this game, Boukada doesn't really have the option to go top and kind of shut him down, because I feel like Boukada, he really needs to be the babysitter for this dragon. He really needs to make sure the dragon can farm, the dragon can stack, the dragon can actually get into position where he can deal damage, because the Aphelios last game didn't really happen, you know, like he didn't really get a lot of chances to get a lot of auto attacks off. And Yeah, we want to see a little bit more proactivity from BDS, even if that is proactive defensive plays. I just need to see anything to kind of convey to me that they can actually deny this early game approach that is Fnatic.
Let's jump on to Summoner's Rift, the second game of the day in the penultimate series of the week. Remember, no games tomorrow here in the LEC. As oh god.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Parus, no!
Oh, it's fine.
Okay, he's fine.
It's fine. It's good. Nice.
The audible intake of breath from the audience when it's, he got out, he used his heal and his flash. Yeah, but you know what that does for the karma?
No bueno.
Quite hard to gain lane priority.
It is not fun right now. He has no flash, no heal, no combat summoners on the Smolder. We are going to see a Poby trying to dive this karma. Now, will that work? Place your bet in chat right now. We will see whether or not BDS bot lane can survive the first 3.5 minutes.
So the question is, does Razork do 3-camp bot gank?
You can.
Because he's currently on his bottom side on his Razorbeaks.
You can do that.
You can also do Razorbeaks, switch over to blue, go blue down towards the bottom side again, which we see sometimes.
Look, I mean, they have a ward in the blue side jungle, so they know he's not starting bot side. There's a ward placed by BDS very well, so now they're tracking Razork. So now they will know that either he's full clearing to top, unlikely, or he's doing free side bot dive. And I am inclined to believe that is going to be a free side bot dive. He's going to try to live in the Sejuani's jungle, and we're going to see some action.
Yeah, Fnatic have vision on the blue camp here as well, which means that they know Boukada is starting top side. At this point, they know because he's not on his blue. If he's done like wolves into blue or some sort of slightly different path, by now he would be on that buff. Poby, once again, hitting that level 2 second in the mid lane, but he'll be fine. Just needs to farm up on this Azir. A couple of things coming out on the Krugs from BDS as they are hacking Razork through the early game. Mikyx still only, he has ticked over to level 2, but because Oscarinin is level 1, he shows as level 1.
Yeah, because that makes sense. It's support hit to level 2 before top laners. That's unfair.
I mean, Oscarinin, you can see he just wants to survive this lane now.
I will say that the fact that Nuke has this much early prio might be the solace for BDS, because maybe he can use...
So you go for Parus. Oh, they didn't get the summons to the wall, but they still get the root. First blood over to Mikyx.
And everyone in chat that voted that they would not survive the first 3.5 minutes. Ding, 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 ding. Good job, good job. Beautiful, beautiful.
Applause all around.
Very clairvoyant of you. And a sad day for the karma. You couldn't really do much there.
Yeah, sad day for the BDS bot lane. They will have a bit of time now because Razork's gone up towards his top side to clear out those camps. A couple of pings coming down on about where he will be.
I mean, it's like either you contest the wave and you die to the gank, or you let them push the wave in and you die to the dive. It is like, it is not that easy for him to survive that play, because either he walks up and tries to kind of fight for the prio to deny the dive, or just dies to the gang. It's kind of an impossible choice, and I will say it all stems from losing his summoners early. That is kind of the breaking point why this happened and why it was so easy for Fnatic just to get a little freebie in the bot lane.
As you saw, they didn't even land the slam into the wall. They knew all we have to do is get him away from his tower and we'll be able to kill him. Even with having that mantra early on and the focus resolved, the healing coming off that W when you mantra it up wasn't enough to keep Parus alive. So, a 15 CS lead for the AD carry kill going over to the support. Will be okay for BDS, but Mikyx on this Neeko can do a lot of work. Boukada's finished his first full clear and is looking to steal away these Razorbeaks. Razork yet to even take his blue as Boukada begins to nick these away. Razork with the slam into the wall, once again having a whale of a time in this series. Boukada will dash away. Razork got it, as you say, with his smite, and forces the boar out of his jungle.
And it taps with the penguin. Whoa. Oh my god, I wouldn't take that if I was you, Razork. I wouldn't take that.
What's he gonna do, man? We want to, like, an emote war just happening between the two of them?
I don't know, dive his bot then again, I don't know.
I mean, considering, I don't think Razork has taken anything lying down this series so far. On the Jarvan, had an absolute stormer in game 1 as I try and click buttons, but can't quite get them. You can see 14 KDA. #1 goal difference at 14 in that game as well.
Yeah, complete Badonger's performance game 1. Like, genuinely, like, crazy good Jarvan. I was super impressed, and I feel like this is the Fnatic identity that they're kind of like, in summer, they're kind of turning to this very heavy bot side focus, and it feels like they've kind of embraced this, because I think before with Humanoid they had this like a mid-bot focus where they tried to play for both lanes and it didn't really end up working well for them, and now they just really simplified their game plans. Poby, you're on your own. Oscar, you're on your own. Upset, our King Commander, we do what you say. And that is their game plan that they've set themselves up for.
Well, Razork will spot the fact that Boukada is in the area. Should be able to take this blue buff. It's not as sizable a lead for Fnatic as it was in game 1. We haven't seen that repeat gank coming out from Razork yet. There are 3 Azirs on the map right now if you look at the mini-map, which is slightly confusing as Mikyx had stolen away the form of his mid laner.
It's like Trafalgar Square. So many pigeons.
That's a deep cut, man. That's a good one. Nice. I'm surprised you picked Trafalgar Square, though. You could have gone, like, I just assumed you'd pick, like, New York or something, you know?
You're British, right?
I'm British, that's true. It was relevant to me.
And I think if I said, like, Stureplan, no one would understand where that is, or what even that is. So, like,
The 3 Swedes listening. Like, oh, yes, I know Stureplan.
Yes, Sweden! So we see the slow push by Upset. Sorry, I'm not gonna...
No, do it. No, okay. Rest of the game with the action, please.
So Upset here is going to look to crash the wave, but Parus walks up and tries to hold it, but it will indeed crash. Mikyx trying to scout out in the tri-bush with his clone. Boukada covering, going for the crab.
I'm gonna try and make a Swedish flag for you.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Razork pushing Boukada out of his own jungle.
Slightly off kill,
and trying to really not give him any single inch of centimeters in this game.
As you can tell, it's a bit of a slow game, guys.
It's a slow burner.
But like, both teams will be happy enough with a slow burner. Rooster is getting a bit of a lead in the top side in the 1v1 matchup. Once again, we see Oscarinin is struggling a tad up there. Expected to before he gets to this level 6. Now we'll need to keep the Maiden alive if he is going to actually put any pressure back down on Rooster. The Drake up means both the teams are kind of posturing towards it, but neither team really pushing it towards it as of yet. Good here from Oscar.
Oh, he's in the panda cage.
Okay, puts the panda cage down. Makes Rooster have a little trip to the zoo.
Nice trade, Oscar.
It was good.
Immaculate. I mean, you really got to play around your biscuits now, because I really like the fact that he rushed the Steel Cat. It really allows you to run down the Jayce if you land that Morning Mist, the crucial ability to land in this matchup. And it's kind of the mini game in this matchup where Jayce has to dodge the Morning Mist, and then if he dodges it, then he can kind of chunk down the Maiden, and then when the Maiden dies, then Yorick is kind of helpless. But for as long as those Morning Mists keep landing, it's pretty hard for Jayce to get anything done in this lane.
Boukada's looking to try and relieve some of the pressure on Rooster here as he goes in. Glacial Prison lands, and pop goes the Yorick. The Maiden will follow suit. A long cooldown for that ultimate now as BDS once again kill Oscar first.
But look at the cross map. This is not a free play. This is gonna make like Ice has to drop this massive wave. Parus cannot farm. Like, sure, you killed the Yorick, but you're losing so much on the bot side here. Like, your Smolder and Karma are suffering for this play. I mean, it does feel nice, but sometimes getting the kill is not always the best play. And I feel like Boukada had to do a better job defending his bot lane this game, because I feel like this Yunara and Neeko is going to take over. Yeah,
it's a 27 CS lead. Effectively 4 waves advantage for Upset right now. Gets some plates alongside it now. 700 gold ahead. Basically all of Fnatic lead sitting on his shoulders. There's Parus here. Oh, Mikyx using the heal, still rooted up. Chase continues. Dodges away from the tangle, but arms Mom. Mikyx flashes it. Wisely escapes Mom's clutches, and then will walk his way away.
Tricky. You got the wrong way.
Very well played. Mikyx is running away. Parus is being very
Parus goes for a flash in a flame.
Okay. Parus, I wasn't familiar with your game. I like it. I like the shades, I like the stopping Mikyx. He can't get away with everything, and really good punish by Parus. Beautiful play, comes out of that early W being landed. Really nice by BDS. And this is really important, you're getting something back on the bot side. This is the lane where you're struggling, and the fact that Parus finds this is not only good for the morale, but also good for the game state.
And then gives the plate over to Ice afterwards, so Ice gets 125 gold even if he didn't actually assist in the kill at all. Parus now moving up towards the top side, maybe looking for a gank on Oscarinin, who does have flash. No Maiden for him right now. It looks like it's just vision invested by Parus to keep his top laner that little bit more safe. First items on their way. Once again, a Blade of the Ruined King for Upset, just like he did last week. Nice at building up at Caulfield and the pickaxe. We'll see exactly where he decides to go with it. Quite possibly gonna build towards an Essence Reaver on this Smolder. But still, a slower early game.
Got a shadowing Rooster. I think he's just trying to make sure he can push out the wave. But, I mean, Oscar could ward this bush. I feel like he should here. But it's not easy to call to make always, because there's two angles you can come from. You can go from this bush or behind. And you can only ward one of them, so...
Well,
danger.
He hasn't warded either of them. And there's the Glacial Prison, and there's Oscarinin flashing away, but the accelerated shot blast finds its man, and now BDS take the lead in gold for the first time in this game, and perhaps even in the series.
Yeah, BDS fighting back, really nice, playing for Rooster on Jayce. As we highlighted, this is your man. Rooster being up 1.1k gold already, 1.2k now on the Yorick. The counter matchup by Oscar, and really well played by the BDS top side here to really get a foot back in this game.
Yeah, you said it in draft. You wanted Rooster on something that can have impact, that can have damage. You didn't want him on a tank. And now on the Jayce, he's going to be very happy with how things are going. Pop Blossom coming out for Mikyx lands onto ice. The chase continues with the root coming down. That's a graphic I procced a couple of seconds ago as the fight in the end fizzles into nothingness. Rooster last weekend in lane just had such a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to just highlight 1.3k gold up, 1.4k if you round up. Really impressive laning phases. This is not normally. This is not normally.
Oh, the slide back onto Nuke. Poby finds his man, and now Boukada running for the hills. Knocked up with the Keeper's Verdict's going to flash as well and gets to the safety of the tower. Has to burn his Summoner spell to do so. Parus once again with that focused resolve, looking for the root. Couldn't quite land it this time. The problem for him is Razork's on this side of the jungle. Boukada's coming across. Poby can move from mid in a second after he's pushed that wave in. And it's Parus slammed into the wall. Mikyx there with the chase. Locks him up with the root. Mikyx gets his second of the game.
And Mikyx gets his revenge from Parus there. A little bit overzealous by Parus to go in and try to contest that Grump. I think that was Razork's frog. I think we can all agree that was Razork's frog, and you shouldn't take Razork's frog away from him. That's his frog.
It's very true. Don't steal it. Don't steal a man's frog, man. Like, that's just uncouth. It's not called for. Still, BDS with a stronger early game than in game one. Only about 800 gold between the two teams. A 1,500 gold lead for Rooster. BDS putting a lot of eggs in that Rooster's basket. This is great from Azir.
Yeah, I mean, there is on a ward. Like, you guys are just on a ward. You got to be more aware of that. Like, there's probably a ward there. You probably knew that they put that ward because you put your ward first. Your ward is running up before
so you pinged it.
Yeah,
it's like,
so they should know there's vision there. And yeah, a little bit sloppy getting caught up by the Poppy, but here Parus.
Yeah, it's just a moment there for Parus where he steps forward towards Razork and says, oh, I can get him. Realizes he can't, so starts pathing back towards bot, and then realizes the enemy bot lane is already running up that way. So if he tries to go through that little bush by where the Grump is, he's gonna die.
Yeah, multiple rocks, multiple hard places there. Couldn't really get out of it. Now Fnatic tried to go for the swap before, but they actually decided to go put Upset solo bot against his Taliyah, and maybe can make some magic happen here. Pops.
Nuke still has the flash. Upset can transcend himself with his ultimate. But isn't going to use it yet. I do think Upset wins the 1v1, assuming that he dodges the seismic shove.
Yeah, and it's a way out the rocks. Now the shove is gone. He tries to look for something, but yeah, that's slow. It's immediately. It's hard to approach Taliyah when she spaces well like that. Yeah. Nice by Nuke, not giving any openings here. I think that's a Neeko.
Yeah, that is a Neeko. It's Mikyx. It's Neeko. Unlike at MSI, we do actually have the support player's name above the thing.
Yeah,
the amount of times at MSI I got confused and it just there were two hopes on the screen. I was like, which one is it?
The minimap is confusing enough. Now they're trying to walk in deep here. Oscar being left alone. There's a complete split map.
A Glacial Prison, well aimed there from Boukada. Finds the mark, tanks the tower. And this might be first tower for BDS. It's being traded on the bottom side. Oh, it's one auto in it. Fnatic will get the first tower of the game.
I have a lot of sympathy for Oscar, what he's going through right now. It's something that every top laner goes through sometimes, because your bot lane is like, we are going to carry the game from bot. Just make top lane be safe.
Just play safe, man.
Just play safe. But the thing is, I cannot play safe, because there's a Sejuani ulting me all the time, and just always behind me, and he actually can't do more. He needs a little bit more of help, and I think Fnatic needs to make sure that they can match Jayce with the Yunara Neeko to kind of make sure Oscar is fine, because right now he's really getting put far behind, and Yorick, as we all know, doesn't do much if he doesn't have any items or any XP leads.
The question for Fnatic is, are the leads in other lanes enough to overcome the 2,300 gold deficit in the top side? Because you do have a 15 CS lead in mid, 800 gold ahead. 700 gold in the AD carry position, 28 CS ahead. Like, you have a 50 CS lead in the jungle, 700 gold ahead. As we see Ice get rooted up there by Mikyx, who has just finished his Hex Tech rocket belt. As we have the second dragon already gone over to Fnatic. 4 minutes before the Infernal would be third of the game for them. Rift Herald about to come up as well. Fnatic currently playing towards the bottom side of the map, but they can shift this pressure towards mid to take the tower. With the wave coming in, I don't actually think BDS have a quick enough answer to stop this turret in mid going down.
Ooh, good spacing by Rooster. He was almost in danger there for a flash Poppy stomp into the wall, but he respects very well. Spaces out and...
They do. Okay, the tower is healthier than I thought it was in mid lane.
Fnatic is just putting pressure on both mid and bot here. They're playing really well in the enemy jungle. Boukada looks for something, but I don't think he's going to find anything substantial here.
Just slides in. Glacial Prison available to him. There's a Rift Herald up as well. Fnatic pushing through the bot side. Rooster's going to answer that. He has teleport.
Yeah, but the problem is if Jayce teleports in, that's not really what you want, because you want him to be there and poke before the fight. Oh, Mikyx!
I like the idea. Execution was lacking.
I mean, that is very ambitious. I don't think you're going to land an E-flash on the Taliyah wall, but if it did, that would be Loco Doco. That would be so sick. That would be incredibly cool. But
it would have been pretty dank if we managed to get that one. Doesn't land it. Rift Herald does still go over to Fnatic. They can put this in the top lane. Nuke's going to stay around as Poby will push in. Nuke backs away. And there's the Rift Herald going down. So Fnatic trying to look towards that tier 2. A couple of pings coming out from BDS to try and answer it, realizing we don't want to give up that 700 gold to Poby. And because they have Parus and Boukada answering, BDS should be able to stop the push. Fnatic realize it. They're just going to back off and go back to their shopping.
But I really like what Fnatic did there, because before they went for the Herald, they made sure to push out bot all the way. So the Jayce couldn't be there at the Herald before the fight. And I feel like the way BDS kind of gets the foot back into this game is by Jayce being there, landing poke on Fnatic when they are phase checking, because they don't really have a lot of sustain yet on the Neeko, the Poppy, the Azir. Those shock blasts will hurt and the damage will last. And if he has to TP into the fight, you're not getting so much leverage out of that champion. And I feel like this is exactly what Fnatic thinks, and this is exactly what they're trying to do. And so far they're doing it really well, but I want to see BDS counteract this. Now I want to see them maybe put Nuke on the weak side and allow Rooster to group a little bit more with the team. And so they can actually retake the control, because I feel like without Rooster there, they are just behind so much gold.
I mean, they're really struggling. Ice is at 117 stacks. I don't know currently exactly what the sort of usual breakpoint is for Smolder, because we don't see it that much. But we used to say around 20 minutes, you want to be getting close to that 225.
Yeah.
He is half of that, and we're at 18.5 minutes into the game. He's struggling.
Yeah, I mean, if you were behind if you didn't have your breakpoint by 23 minutes, you're pretty behind. That's the breakpoint we had before.
It's possible he'll get there. 100 stacks in 5 minutes is possible, unlikely, but we'll see if he manages to do it. Has that Essence Reaver first. Seraph's Embrace finished for Nuke, but 2 items on Poby already. Rylai's and the Nash's Tooth. Rylai's obviously a little bit cheaper, allowing him to acquire it that little bit earlier.
And look at this. Now you have the Sejuani shadowing the Jayce, and also Karma opening behind. They're actually executing on this. They're really making sure that the Jayce can push out, and Jayce will want to move, because Taliyah, she doesn't need to be here. She can just rotate around and look to follow with her ult. And I really like this by BDS. They're adapting very well. Nuke finding a little pick of Mikyx, a huge chunk, and it's really going to slow down Fnatic's retake. Yeah,
Mikyx was just trying to poke and prod towards Nuke to see if he could get a little bit of damage down as Nuke was moving between the lanes. Drake up in 30 seconds time. Oscarinin will be 10 seconds after it. So this next dragon fight really feels like it could be the deal breaker, the game maker for either of these two teams. If BDS get it, they delay, they can scale more. If Fnatic get it, they're on soul point, and Oscarinin can follow suit.
Track the shock blast. He misses the first one, but now every shock blast counts the Jayce. Now you want to stand in for the war, and every single time Fnatic approaches, you want to get a good chunk going. And
Oscarinin pushing through the top side. He's going to try and apply some pressure. Does have the teleport and the Maiden and the Triforce complete. BDS calling Fnatic to the fight. We'll start up the Infernal Drake. Upset's pushing through mid. Where's Mickey? The question you have to ask. TP behind.
Oh my god.
Good double knockback from Razork, and now Boukada kind of isolated from the rest of his team. He's going to flash away. Oscarinin locks up Parus, who also has to flash. Oscar just distracting the backline. A great keeper's verdict from Razork allows Fnatic to get their third dragon of the game.
Beautiful by Razork. That was exactly what they needed. I love the different angles Fnatic went for there. We had Oscar tipping in behind, Poby from the right flank, and Mikyx just being in fog, BDS being unaware, and I feel like that all those different angles really allowed Razork to walk up and kind of get a little bit more space because BDS was so aware of all the different flanks.
Oh, Razork trying to keep Boukada at bay here as Oscarinin and Poby have started up the Otacon. Redemption coming down. Boukada, he's already at basically half HP. Razork looked for the flash stun into the wall. The Weaver's wall coming out as well. And now Razork seismically shoved into the unraveled earth. Sundered Sky healing, not enough to keep him alive as he dives in. The Otacon will be taken, almost stolen by an accelerated shot blast. In the end, Razork sacrificed himself to make sure his team could secure the objective.
And honestly, I think that was the right call. I feel like he realized that it was going to come down to 50-50.
Yeah.
So he made it his life mission to keep Boukada out of the pits. I mean, I feel like maybe BDS focused a little bit on him because they didn't realize that Fnatic could just finish it, despite them not having Smite present. And I mean, really nice for Fnatic to get that, but a little bit itchy.
A little bit dicey. Considering how methodical and measured game one was from Fnatic, this game is a little bit more on edge, and you have to give credit to BDS for that. Boukada on this carry has developed such a lead. 2.5 items already complete on the Jayce. 2,500 gold ahead of his lane opponent. We'll have another look at this Otacon because Razork is just being a bouncer for the entirety of the fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the fucking ward. BDS doesn't actually know what's happening. They don't have any wards here. Now, Nuke tries to go in, but they don't see anything. They don't realize now that he's finishing the Otacon. They think maybe Fnatic are corralling around because Razork is being went on, but in the end, I mean, if Razork died a little bit earlier, I think that would be very, very scary for Fnatic, but...
Okay,
yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. I trolled my E.
Dropped his E.
He dropped his E. It's because he looked for the stun into the wall,
yeah,
and he didn't land it, so I assume that's what dropped his E means. Because the only thing Poppy can really drop is a beat. I hear she's quite a good rapper, and also her hammer, right? Her buckler.
Yeah, the bucklerino.
Pick up the bucklerino.
Yes.
Okay. As a second item now complete for Upset and for Razork. Only 1,000 gold lead.
So now I want BDS to use your TP advantage on Rooster.
Okay.
You have TP advantage on Rooster. He has TP. Oscar has no TP. Now you put deep vision in the other side of the map from the Rooster is, and then you let Fnatic retake it, and then you TP flank them with that TP advantage and try to make something happen. Because I feel like the game is kind of slipping out of your hands. The fourth dragon is going to spawn in 2 minutes. That's a soul point for Fnatic, and you really want to get something done before that while you have an avenue.
A couple of pins coming out on Mikyx as he walks through that red side jungle, applying some safety for Oscarinin with a bit of vision of his own. Fnatic do have a track record of not dotting their I's and crossing their T's and clearing out the vision as they step forward. So I do like your plan of action for BDS. The question is whether they will enact it effectively. As Poby once again is the one pushing through the bot side. There's a ward just below him that is a possible flank ward. Mickey's on his way across here as well. BDS are looking for something. Nuke backs away. Control ward will be cleared out by Razork. The ward behind still stands though. Fnatic realizing there could be something there have control warded the second bush, or the third bush in the sequence, but not the second. As Nuke, doesn't overstep, just backs away.
BDS doesn't want to give this bot tier 2, and the game is kind of slowing down. We're going to have a pretty slow sequence now. The dragon is in 115 once again, and I would love for the Jayce to be there quite early, because the earlier the Jayce can be there without having to respond to top waves, the better, because that's more opportunities for him to land these shock blasts. And I keep coming back to it, but these shock blasts need to land for BDS. This is your only goal lead. It's all about these shock blasts. Every single one you dodge Fnatic is a massive victory right now.
Really is. Ice still just short, 20 stacks short of the threshold, so we can definitely say behind the curve on this Smolder. Upset on 2 items, only has about a 400 gold lead, hasn't been able to extend that at all. It's mostly been about Poby and Razork extending their leads. As Mickey was slowed up, but should just be able to walk away. He's done a good enough job of clearing out vision behind them here. Both the top laners do have their teleports. Rooster was moving down to mid and will stay there.
Yeah, so he landed a nice shot blast on Upset there as well. Upset being a little bit chunked right now. Many small rivers, as we say in Sweden, turns into a big lake or something.
I mean, that's a great expression. I haven't heard it in Swedish. I'd love to at some point, perhaps not right now.
I mean, now Fnatic can kind of play around with the fact that they have Oscar pushing out top. Nuke will go and catch that and probably TP down later, and they now have Rooster here early as I wanted them to, but look at the flank on Mikyx. This is a devious little minion that is scheming in the jungle.
Razork with the keeper's verdict.
Oh, I think
coming out as well. That's the clone minion. You say he's too far away, and it seems like he is. Infernal Soul for Fnatic. And they just walk
and they're happy. They don't need to fight. Yeah. Now they can just reset, set up the Baron. Once again, great discipline by Fnatic. What am I seeing? Fnatic not going for random fights. Fnatic not skipping steps. This is a new Fnatic I'm seeing this summer, and it is amazing me how disciplined they are, how proper they are with the steps, and just they're playing good.
Yeah, it's absurd. They have. I never thought I would say Fnatic are winning a game where they have 3 kills at 25 minutes. It just seems like the most antithetical thing to Fnatic play. And I'm sure Fnatic fans out there are saying, yeah, we needed something like this. Like, for so many years, we've been playing the Fnatic way and not getting titles, not winning championships. Obviously, that's still a way away.
Mikyx took the red buff.
Well, of course he did. He's a good stealer, man. Goes in with the Pop Blossom, catches Boukada. The Baron low. Mon called, but Baron taken. Boukada dives in with a flash, but dies for it. Fnatic get their fourth, get the Baron, get the soul, and get everything from BDS.
Fnatic is running away with it, man. I mean, they're just doing so well. They insta-start the Baron. They have Mikyx on the flank to keep Boukada out, and they're very willing. They know their burst. They have the Azir, they have the Yorick, they have the Yunara. They have so much singular damage, so they really know that if BDS is not ready for this random Baron start, then they will be late. You have to always be mindful of that, and I feel like BDS a little bit slow on the approach.
For BDS now, like, you're fighting into an Infernal Soul, Yunara, and Azir. Like, the Azir poke is really gonna hurt. If a Pop Blossom connects, you are pretty much all done for. Razork sprints into the enemy jungle to steal away this blue buff. Mickey's gonna clear out the vision that was just laid down by Parus. And Fnatic can play off these 2 waves. Upset's gonna shove through bot side. There's a tier 2 there for him. The cannon minion doing work in the mid lane as Mikyx and Razork team up to deny vision away from BDS in that bot side jungle. Razork will push the wave in. They're trying to sync this with that mid lane wave. Rooster has shifted over to mid to try and catch the push that Poby is beginning to enact. But he won't be able to do it. Poby just allowed to take that tier 2 in mid. Oscarinin about to show on a bot wave, so BDS will know for a short window here they have a man advantage, but as Oscarinin shows, Fnatic back up just a step or 2.
I mean, it's difficult to force these avenues for BDS because I feel like, sure, you know Yorick is top, but who are we going on to? Are we going on to the Poppy? Are we going on to the Yunara with Cleanse? The only real target is Mikyx, but I mean, it's...
You don't really want to dive onto a Pop Blossom.
You don't want to dive onto the Neeko. It's really difficult because what you have is your range and like this Taliyah shoves, but unless they're going into you, you can't really go into Fnatic. You kind of want them to go for you, but they're not doing it. They're just waiting for the Yorick to push out, and once again, discipline by Fnatic.
It's a 3-way push now for Fnatic as Oscarinin takes the tower in the top side. Poby just buffing up the waves. Anytime Rooster steps in, puts down a soldier, chunks him out. Rooster has to back away, using the cannon minions really effectively. Oscarinin continues to step forward with these Baroned up minions. Bonk, as you say. Last rights to the tower. The Maiden will fall here, as Nuke and Rooster should be able to take it down before she slithers her way away. But while all of this is happening, 2 people have had to respond to the top lane pressure, so the mid lane inhibitor and tower will fall. Meanwhile, Ice, Parus and Boukada are trying to deal with Fnatic, who have finally decided it's time to back off from bot. With the Weaver's Wall coming out, Razork, their steadfast presence won't block off Nuke, who dismounts early, flash away from the Glacial Prison. And guess what, guys? Poby and Oscar in the top lane, just taking your inhib. BDS just can't react in time.
Wait, Tim, if Fnatic doesn't take the 3v4 on both sides, they try to outplay with their hands?
It's ludicrous,
what is going on? They don't try to outplay in a number disadvantage. They actually wait for the Silence to push out and get the free objective. This is madness.
This is Fnatic, apparently. The introduction of Poby has just transformed the team.
They're just so tempered. They're so calm. They just know the game is over because of their good early plays. And then they just let the game play itself and they just win.
Yeah.
It's not exciting to look at, but it's very beautiful.
I mean, I'm sure there are a few fans who are thinking back to 2018, being like, yes, please, please, this is exciting to look at. Obviously, for Fnatic, they played the Heretics, SK, and now BDS. It hasn't been the hardest road so far.
Yeah, I will say, last split, Fnatic lost to SK.
They did.
So,
And
I mean, we take our victories right now.
100%.
I mean, I think you gotta give kudos where kudos is due.
And with G2 playing so well yesterday,
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that match.
That's gonna be a banger.
It has been a while since I've gone into a Fnatic G2 series and be like, yeah, this actually should be really flipping good.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, recently has started to improve, and Fnatic here showing that they continue to level up. For BDS, the question is, I mean, you won your first series, good for you there. You are likely not going to be last in the group, but any real thought of challenging for top 2 is beginning to go out the window.
I mean, BDS is up a kill, but the game could not look more dire for them right now. It is just so telling of Fnatic's gameplay, how they're down a kill and they're still 6.5k gold up. All the lanes are pushing, all the inhibs gonna be down.
Oh, Rooster's dead. He's stunned into the wall. Weaver's Wall coming out. Maybe Rooster was the bait, mate, actually. Oh. If the Weaver's Wall hadn't come out, I think he probably dies there, although it is only a Yorick and a Poby trying to kill him. So,
versatile cockadoodle do below his breath.
Elder Drake up in 7 seconds. Look, I'm gonna drive me just absolutely clucking mad with these Rooster jokes if you keep them going. Elder started by Fnatic. BDS trying to react every time Boukada's tried to get close to one of these. He is being stopped by a Keeper's Verdict, by a Pop Blossom, just by the Elder being taken. Razork takes his enemy man out, Nuke TP's in, and I'm gonna say that TP really sucks. That was a really bad one, Nuke. I get what you were going for, but it just didn't work out. Fnatic now with Elder, Infernal, no Baron because it's still 20 seconds away from spawning. This should all be done, but the Nexus falling.
I mean, every objective is the same. It's just it's just Upset and Poby having a good time hitting the objective, then the bouncers of Razork and Mikyx not allowing anyone else to join them. They're just fighting on the objective all the time. And the game is being pushed in there with the Elder. I imagine it's going to be quite an easy finish for Fnatic here. Not the 15 shot class could probably save this position.
Unfortunately for Fnatic, it has gone past the 1 hour series, if only by a minute. The Pop Blossom comes out, forces BDS back to the base, and they're actually quite low now. It's smoldering time as he manages to take a couple. Poby with a great Emperor's Divide, though, will keep Fnatic alive for a second. I doubt Fnatic secure it in 32.5. As it just crests over the hour mark. Fnatic with a relatively clean 2-0 to start off the day.
I mean, a statement series by Fnatic that they can show they can play 2 good games in a row. That is one more than last split. So
True.
I think we definitely should be excited to see their continued growth. And I mean, just kudos to all the players. I mean, Oscar, you had a tough time there in the top lane, but in the end, your team kind of had your back. They didn't let you down despite leaving you every single time in the early game.
You can see the Fnatic players take a bow on the stage. I wonder if Mikyx has already got that shock land off of Upset.